Sounds good.
Hi, this is Brad Linder with Liliputing, and this is Lenovo Miix 630, which is the first Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 powered Windows 10 device from Lenovo. It's a 12.3-inch tablet, runs Windows 10 S out of the box, but it's going to be available with a free update to Windows 10 Pro if you prefer to have the full-fledged Windows operating system. So unlike previous versions of Windows devices that run like Windows RT on an ARM-based processor, you get full Windows here. Now there's a little bit of emulation required to run x86 applications, so Windows 10 S is probably going to run really smoothly. Windows 10 Pro, it's going to be okay, but it's not going to be a super speedy device. But what you get in sort of response for that relatively low-power processor is super long battery life. Lenovo's saying you can get up to 20 hours of runtime from this model. Now the price is going to be about $799 and up for a model with 4 gigs of storage, or 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage. It will be available with up to 256 gigabytes of storage. Each model is going to come with this detachable keyboard cover, and each model also has this pen, which supports pressure-sensitive input for writing and drawing. So you can use it in tablet mode, you can use it in laptop mode, and it's pretty firmly in place there, so I'm having a hard time getting it out. But the demo unit that I'm looking at here is actually running Windows 10 Pro. We don't have an internet connection, so there's really only so much I can show you. But it does a pretty decent job of flipping back and forth between multiple applications. Pen support seems to work as it should, and again, what we've got here is 4 gigs of RAM and a Snapdragon 835 processor. The keyboard is nice and firm, feels pretty good, and it's a really kind of interesting case here that has an adjustable stand that's built into the case itself, not into the tablet. And when you remove the tablet, what you're left with is this case. So you can see it's actually the sort of firm keyboard and kickstand. It does support Windows Continuum, so you can switch back and forth between laptop and tablet modes. Feels pretty lightweight. Not a lot of ports here. We've got a headset jack on this side, SIM card slot. It does support 4G LTE. It's basically got the processor that you would find in a smartphone, and supports connectivity like a smartphone. We've got a USB Type-C port, volume jacks here on the other side, and the connectors for the cover. So that's a quick look. Let's take a quick look at the spec sheet here. You can see it weighs about 3 pounds with the keyboard cover. It's obviously lighter without it. 13 megapixel front-facing camera with autofocus and an IR camera for Windows Hello secure logins. The keyboard does support backlighting, and there's a 5 megapixel rear camera. So there's actually a higher quality front camera than a rear camera on this particular device. Controls brightness and volume keys and settings.
Right. So with this, Lenovo made the hardware and design of it.
And there's the keyboard backlighting coming on a little bit. So that's a quick look at the first Snapdragon 835 Windows 10 powered device from Lenovo. It's going to be available in probably around May, and again the $800 price includes the keyboard cover and the pen, and at $800 it's kind of an interesting bargain, right? Because it's got longer battery life than most Windows-powered machines. It's got a price that's like the price of a high-end smartphone, and the processor of a high-end smartphone, but you can find a lot of Intel-powered devices that are significantly lower price and are going to have similar performance to what you would get from Snapdragon. So it'll be interesting to see sort of how it performs in the market. Lenovo is not the only company with the Snapdragon 835 powered device coming to market this year. We're also expecting some from Asus and HP, and none of them are going to be particularly cheap either. I think prices are starting at around $599 to $799 for those as well. So this is Brad Linder with Liliputing and the Lenovo Miix 630.